guys. Some of the most exciting nights of the week are our PGL nights. They happen on Tuesday and Wednesday for that MegaSota game night as well as that TwinsWinsDay. I hope to see you guys all there, and they have been accumulating so many points towards these standings.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to switch over to TwinsWinsDay. We're still running Wild Wednesday,
Oh,
though,
that's
since
right.
our Wild are about to get into the playoffs since they're in the back end of their regular season. So make sure you guys are coming out for Wild Wednesday to support our Wild. But those PGL points, though, player standings have been crazy. Hey, guys, and we are back for a little bit of Jackpot Hunter action. But before we get into the Jackpot Hunter action, we're actually getting into some Lucky 4 bingo. $10,220 available on this first game of Lucky 4 bingo. So get enrolled, press play. Hopefully, we can give out this great prize on this Monday. But I'm here joined with John. I'm Ian. And how's your Monday going?
It's going pretty good. Just, you know, getting to work, getting some stuff done.
Oh yeah, being here at Pilot for the majority of the day today, and so it's always a good time when I get to be around the Pilot crew, which is basically my roommates.
That's right.
But we do have a mega jackpot on the line. We're not going to be able to give it out, and so we're going to be moving on actually to the mini jackpot. If anybody can get within 3 balls, there it is. Ooh. And hopefully that means people. Oh, we do have player
Frequently
2 balls
asked
away.
Questions.
Yeah, frequently asked questions
That's
out
right.
there,
Right.
But they're not going to be able to win it as Rich also joins that 2 ball away mark, and they're trying to take home $4 on this must-go prize. But we're streaming live on the Pilot TV Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota. Make sure you guys are checking in on some of those streams so that we could shoot you out some luck for some big cash prizes.
That's right, but you might be watching on some of those brand new Pilot TVs right now. We just sent them out to these following locations, so hopefully you're enjoying them. We got Smiley's Tavern, B&L Bar, Moen's Bar, Rodney's Tavern, Oleander Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, and of course, the Lamplighter Bar.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff there. But we got Brother Nate 1 ball away on this one. We'll see if they can get that win. Come on, Brother Nate.
Oh, man, it's stretching it out a pretty good amount of time this time. Oh, we got Melb joining them now.
Get a lucky letter number guess.
It's going to be N41.
Okay, I'm going to go with B9.
Okay, B9, I like it.
We'll see.
B6 is already taken, so no more vitamins like that.
No B6.
P&J, Rich Keek is out there.
Wow,
Oh,
a bunch of players. Come on. Oh, B9 already got taken.
Oh, man.
Dang it,
okay.
that wasn't the winning one.
041.
Oh,
66.
Good job,
Close
Brother
enough.
Nate, taking home that prize. At least mine was one. No, it wasn't. It wasn't actually one of them. Dang, but $4 on that one over at the chart house.
That's right. And we got 2, 6, 66, and 68.
Yeah, well, 2 and 6 are the important numbers. But, I mean, this first game is really important because we got $70 available on that minor jackpot that you can win in 64 balls or less.
That's right. No, it's definitely some pretty crazy stuff happening on this one. So get enrolled. You do not want to miss out a chance on this. I mean, chances are it's going to go out this game. And if it doesn't go out this game, it's probably going to go out in the next one.
And I'm also going to guess that must-go is going to be over $100
exactly.
or close to it, and may even push us over that $600 mark, where you guys may end up on our jackpot list.
Definitely some awesome stuff. We had only one official jackpot winner yesterday because it was Nate over at Shortstop Friendly. They contributed to the total of 29 jackpots for the rolling week and 391 jackpots for season 11. Nate ended up taking home $635.
Yeah, good job, Nate. Nate was also one of the players that were playing during our Jackpot Hunter games.
That's right.
And he actually took that exact jackpot home during the Jackpot Hunter games that me and John were around for just yesterday. But the next jackpot that we were able to give out, we were only able to give out 2 of them. The reason why we have a $518 minor jackpot available right now. And that was Billy over at VFW Blaine who took that second jackpot home of $373. Really good stuff, but not as good as this game number 1, and I'm going to keep on talking about because it is some big cash money on the line with 1 minute and 20 seconds still to get enrolled in this game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, of course, you guys can win some awesome prizes in these games of Jackpot Hunter we got going from 4 to 6 p.m. tonight. Or you could also be playing, maybe at the same time, like dual wield them, you could be playing some E-Tab games because we just released a brand new E-Tab game. It's a lot of fun. It's called Blazing Wheels. So you can try your luck spinning that Blazing Wheel in the bonus round so you can win some scorching prizes. It's a lot of fun. Definitely try it out and let us know what you think.
Yeah, you can also go and see whenever a new E-Tab is released on our Facebook page. All you gotta do is search up Pilot Games and you'll see our logo. Click on that and you'll see weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. It's a great use for finding any kind of information. And there's even a link on there that is our link tree that has links to bar locations, PGL dot world. Wait, it's PGL.
Oh, yeah, PGL.world. Yeah.
It is. Okay. For some reason, I was blanking on the name. I was like, is it PGL.world? Yes,
like, I don't want to make sure I'm not lying to these people.
Yeah. Yes, PGL.world and our social stream. So much on that Facebook page. You can find anything you may need. But we are just about to get into this first game of Jackpot Hunter, and we are super excited. $534 available on that minor jackpot. That is a $112 must-go prize. If we give it out in 64 balls or less, we're going to be giving out a really, really nice prize of over $640.
Wow, yeah, definitely some nice prizes going out. Hopefully we can continue that theme all throughout the night and continue to build up some awesome minor jackpots. But of course, we had a full day of some nice prizes already. I mean, we had some chances at the Twins Bingo jackpot earlier today. Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't go out, though, so it will be moving on over to tomorrow, bigger and better than before.
Maybe fortunately for you players that missed out on the Twins Bingo from 12 to 1.
Very true, very true. So if you didn't get it today, tomorrow is going to be your best chance at it because we're all done for Twins Bingo games today.
For sure.
But, of course, 52 balls or less, it's available at, like always.
Yeah, the games right after that should have been super fun as we had 2 different jackpots that were available during that game. Oh, we'll see if any of them went out tomorrow when we go with a Cup of Joe with Jordy. But Jackpot Hunter 25th edition, it runs from 1 to 4 right after that Twins Bingo. There's a mega, major, and minor jackpot all available in that game, and it's super, super fun to play.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But right after that, that is what we're doing right now. We got from 4 to 6 p.m. the happy hour broadcast. And starting it off with that one game of Lucky 4 Bingo. Already played it, so it's in the past. We can get a chance at that $10,150 one more time at 6 p.m. But until then, we get to enjoy all 23 games of these Jackpot Hunter games, and we get to get chances at, I mean, right here, this minor jackpot. Yeah. It's $534. We did go past that major, but that's right now at $1,091 and 48 balls or less. Yeah. And the mega jackpot also passed by that one, unfortunately. That's at $100,000 and 43 balls or less. And we are getting closer and closer to this minor.
We'll see if we push this one tighter than the normal. It doesn't normally get to the 60 ball count, and we'll see if it can get out in these next few ones. 3 balls away for about now 2 balls away. I think it's going to end up going out, and there it is. DLW over at Dick's Bar and Grill in Aseo. Taking home a whopping total of $646.20.
Awesome stuff. Nice job, DLW. But, of course, we are getting into the next game. We can still get chances at this major and mega jackpot. And, of course, the minor is still available in 52 balls or less. It will just be a little bit smaller than normal.
Oh, yeah, and it grows so quickly because every time it hits $100, it clicks up 4 balls. And so it'll be at 56 balls in no time. That's right. After our happy hour, we do have a little 40-minute break before we get into our MegaSota game night tonight. Ooh. And that is playing a little bit of Skull Bingo action. That'll even come after the MegaSota game night as well. And there's actually 3 great jackpots available in that one, as a coverall is sitting at $38,265, 50 balls or less to win. Large frame of $9,358 that you can win in 43 balls or less. And the line prize at $368 that you can win in 10 balls or less. All really good prizes that could be going out tonight.
Very, very true. But of course, we got that MegaSota game night interrupting a little bit tonight from 6:40 till about like 9 or 8:30 or so. I think is when that MegaSota game night ends up. But of course, happens every single Tuesday. And we got a lot of awesome PGL games to be had during that time, and one extra chance at Jackpot Hunter, the $1 edition. If we end up missing on any of these jackpots, you get another chance at it. It's definitely pretty nice. But of course, we end off the night with another game of Jackpot Jungle. It's a lot of fun. It's on that coverall prize in 54 balls or less. You could win $6,000 or $6,273 before anybody even gets enrolled.
Yeah, it's super, super fun stuff. And it's going to be me and Will here for that MegaSota game night. A little bit of a shake-up for your host. Awesome. And it'll be Will's first time trying out those tournament games, watching you guys get those really fun wins. And so I can't wait to try out a MegaSota game night with Will and with you guys. Tomorrow, we'll be back once again with a Wild Wednesday. More PGL action as well as a high-low game that I know you're a big fan of.
Oh, yeah.
And that runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. There's even a great grand finale of Jackpot Jungle, but it is the 25-cent edition. But that doesn't mean the jackpot is lower because it's sitting at $11,502 that you can win in 52 balls or less. So definitely come out tomorrow night as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, of course, we're past all those awesome PGL days and nights. They're all a lot of fun.
Yes.
But we got some national days to get into, and we got some pretty cool ones today. And also starting it off with a very important one as well, because it is International Chernobyl Remembrance Day. Every year on April 26th, International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day marks the anniversary of this historic nuclear accident. The day also focuses on the prevention of future nuclear disasters, too.
Yeah, I think that's great that it's a day to focus on preventing future nuclear disasters, as well as remembering all the lives that were affected, especially when I know we talked about this during Twins Bingo, about the people who are going out there to help
the first
out.
responders and the firefighters and stuff. Because, like, that's the thing, like, we didn't have a lot of knowledge about like nuclear things back then.
No,
so it's
especially
like
the general public.
Oh, exactly. They didn't know picking these things up was going to do anything. So it was really crazy. It is definitely really crazy. And it's very important in the fact that going forward, I feel like the knowledge is a lot more general now.
Yes, and I'm glad so, and I'm glad we're trying to make it as little nuclear nuclear power plants or whatever it is out there as possible.
So maybe like next time we won't have like a little city next to like a huge like very volatile nuclear power plant.
Yeah. No, that just is absolutely insane. So International Chernobyl Remembrance Day. We're gonna be, taking a little bit of time to remember the people affected by that.
Yeah,
and
because, I mean, they all had to leave.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's like, and they barely even had time to pack up their things and go.
No. I mean, most things are still there.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely, that's one of those things that just kind of sucks that they had to like just pick up and leave. But
I was literally just talking with you about how how I literally only knew Chernobyl when I was a kid as like this mythical like place where it was like mutant humans were there, and I thought it was some like Goosebumps story kind of thing.
Exactly, because the way it was like presented in Hollywood and all those like all the like ghost stories about it and legends and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it definitely. And I think days like this are definitely very important for learning about it and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll ever get cleaned up. Like how long it will take for it to be cleaned up.
They have an estimate. We'll look it up in a second. But we do have a winner. It's ALW over at Kathy's Pub in Rochester, taking home $22.20. Nice job, ALW.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get enrolled into game number 3 of Jackpot Hunter. And while you're looking that up, we're gonna be talking about the great progressives. They're gonna be available in this upcoming game. We have that minor jackpot growing, trying to get to that $100 mark, but it's only at $45 right now. 52 balls or less to win. That major jackpot at $1,129 that you can win in 48 balls or less, and the mega prize of $100 grand that you can take in 43 balls or less.
So let's take a look. Chernobyl will be uninhabitable for at least 3,000 years.
Wow.
So probably like the place right around where the accident happened. So let's see. I wonder. Yeah, let's take a look.
That's absolutely ridiculous. That's
So
7,000 years.
Yeah, it was about 35 years ago is when it happened in 1986. Let's see. It was under still construction.
Oh, it was a new city?
No, the power plant.
Oh, it was like a mess up in the construction.
No, it was still under construction, but they were using it.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, that is crazy. And it had already had mild nuclear meltdowns.
Wow.
That is super, super crazy. Oh, even the neighboring city called Pripyat has been a ghost city for over 35 years as well because of that.
That's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine how that would affect every surrounding area. I know I would probably move out from any kind of neighboring place.
Oh, okay. So basically Chernobyl won't be actually habitable, like to live in.
Yeah.
For around 20,000 years.
Oh, so it's like 3,000 till like people can just like go in and maybe like start like helping clean it up and stuff like that, but not be like living there.
Yeah, because people can visit for short periods of time now, and it's not that bad. But like you can't I don't think it's actually okay. So it's because the ground absorbed it. The radiation leached and absorbed into the ground.
Wow.
So, and it's a lot different than even nuclear bombs because nuclear bombs are designed to disperse afterwards. And Chernobyl, the nuclear meltdown, it like absorbed melted into the ground.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That's really insane.
20,000 years. That's super, super crazy.
I can't believe that. Well, International Chernobyl Remembrance Day, definitely an important day.
Yeah, 100%. But of course, we do have some more national days to get into.
We do. World Intellectual Property Day. Every April 26th, we mark World Intellectual Property Day to learn more about the role that intellectual property rights play in encouraging innovation and creativity. It's a day the United States Patent and Trademark Office sponsors a celebration of World Intellectual Property Day on Capitol Hill.
Cool. Let's take a look at I don't know. What was the first things that were deemed intellectual property?
Yeah. How did we first start creating the concept of intellectual property?
This is showing me all Chernobyl stuff because we've been looking up stuff about like intellectual property of Chernobyl.
Yeah, that's
that's super fun. But let's see, history and evolution of intellectual property.
Okay.
So let's see. So the earliest records relating to intellectual property date back to the 6th century BC.
Wow.
From Sybaris in ancient Greece. It supposedly granted a year-long exclusivity for bakers to make their culinary invention. Oh, so in a manner of speaking, the rise of intellectual property originated from the rising of bread.
Really?
That's super funny. Yeah,
that's so cool.
So it granted a specific right. So like, hey, I made this. This is like my own dish. Nobody else can make this for a year.
Wow, that's really, really interesting.
So whoever made baklava back then, for example, they made baklava. Nobody else would be allowed to make baklava or like sell it or anything.
For a year because, people would probably like try and take your bread and figure out how to like make it.
Exactly. And so you were just deemed the sole proprietor of that for a year.
That's
super
awesome.
fun. That's really crazy. So
that's almost like the invention of patents too.
Yeah, exactly.
We do have ALW over at Kathy's Pub. Taking home that $22.60 must-go prize. Good job, ALW. And now we're about to get enrolled into that next game number 4 of Jackpot Hunter.
That's right. Definitely some awesome stuff. So getting rolled into this next game. But in the meantime, we're talking about intellectual property.
Yeah, a very cool concept.
It is a very funny concept. I know they took a back step once Emperor Nero of the the Holy Roman Empire.
Okay.
He kind of threw out the concept of that and was like, no, everything is mine. It was like no individual can own like a certain idea. So he was like, no.
Yeah, I mean it's back to the like actual kings. And,
exactly. And so, and then of course, it delved into the early 1800s is when it started becoming a real thing. And stuff.
And that's when we kind of started growing towards what we currently have as intellectual property.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. I mean, it's very important.
Yeah.
For the way that our country works, especially.
Oh, for sure, especially here in America.
Oh, 100%. So definitely happy World Intellectual Property Day. That's definitely a really cool one.
Yeah, we do have another national day as it's National South Dakota Day.
Ooh.
On April 26th, National South Dakota Day recognizes the 40th state to join the Union. The state is bordered by 6 states, including our own Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, and its northern cousin, North Dakota.
Awesome stuff. So, yeah, South Dakota, really fun state. We were looking up cool facts about it earlier, and there's some really cool facts, to be honest.
Yeah, there definitely was, especially talking about the horse.
Yes, I know. The Crazy Horse mountain carving technically could be the largest sculpture in the world if they decided to ever finish it.
Yeah, but it looks like it's never going to be finished as, like, they have it feels like half the face done kind of thing.
Literally, yeah. And so I think yeah, exactly. So they have, like, some of the face done, but they're not even close to, like, getting it mostly done. They started it in 1948.
Really?
Yeah, they started in 1948 and have done that much work since then.
Okay, so we have 56 things that you probably don't know about South Dakota. We're probably going to only go about over 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
But the first one is really interesting. Clark,
awesome.
South Dakota is home of the world-famous mashed potato wrestling contest. And they even have a photo with it in the website we're on. And it's just 2 dudes wrestling in basically a tarp-covered pit filled with mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Yep. That's great.
I would barf.
That's
doing
hilarious.
That.
Yeah, no, that would be the worst, like, feeling ever. Like tumbling around in
oh my God.
watered down mashed potatoes.
Like, imagine getting pinned down, and like
you got
like mashed potatoes like draining into your like face
yeah,
and stuff.
That dude has mashed potatoes all over his face and like arms. Oh, he's covered in mashed potatoes, like limbs wise.
Oh, for sure. You're down everywhere in that mashed potatoes, and then you're so slippery, like your feet are slipping too.
Imagine coming after the first match.
Oh,
so you're wrestling in used mashed potato.
Oh gosh, what an interesting
That
contest.
is not, okay, see, I was about it at first. At first, I was like, that's really funny. And the more I think about it, I'm like, that is, like, disgusting.
I would hate doing that.
I would never do that.
Well, I think I would watch it. So
100%. I would pull up the lawn chair, grab a nice cold drink.
Yeah, so they got like young kids watching this thing, and that's
a whole
awesome.
Event. There's people, there's an audience in the back. It's hilarious.
That is great. Okay, number 2, South Dakota's state motto is "Under God the people rule."
Okay, cool state motto.
Interesting.
And then they say no horses are allowed into Fountain Inn unless they're wearing pants. Interesting.
I don't really understand it. Into the Fountain Inn.
Yeah,
so that must be okay, and if you put pants on your horse,
they're allowed in. Hey,
I want to test that if that like actually is true.
If
like
they have that rule 100%.
Like have people actually tested that rule and then like went out and been like, my horse has pants. Like, are you gonna let me in?
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, because
Fountain Inn horse with pants.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
No horses are allowed into the Fountain Inn unless they're wearing pants. It is a law in South Dakota.
Okay, so it's like an actual law. It's not like their own like.
Yeah.
It's just one of those like off the wall laws that you just don't know exist kind of thing.
That's super funny. Yeah, that's just a random law in South Dakota that they have.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ooh, another fun one. Before we get into that, though, we do have a winner of a must-go of $27.20. It's ALW. And let me see.
Is it milkaholic?
Milkaholic?
Milk.
Melkaholic.
It's the Midwestern way of saying it.
Yeah, good job splitting that win. $27 getting split between the two of you. And now we're getting rolled into a game number 5 of Jackpot Hunter. And that minor jackpot over $100 now. That means in game number 6, it will be clicking up from 52 to 56.
Awesome stuff.
But I was about to talk about the next thing, and it's a famous South Dakota native.
Sweet. Yeah, the Price is Right host, Bob Barker, is a famous native of South Dakota.
That is awesome. Love a good Price is Right act.
Wow, 100%. Yeah, Bob Barker is hilarious, too, so that's definitely pretty funny. But we got up next.
Yeah.
This one's really funny. This one is, it is illegal to fall asleep in a cheese factory.
Interesting, maybe for safety precautions.
I could definitely see that.
But like
happening.
I would feel bad for someone who like is sleep deprived and they just like accidentally fall asleep and then they're like wake up in chains.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, all right, you're sentenced to 18 years.
You fell asleep in a cheese factory.
What? That's so funny. I was like, I didn't even know I was in a cheese factory.
It's like you just like fall asleep at dinner at a
cheesecake
factory,
Yeah.
and they're like oh get him.
It's like, something, get them. There's like have people on watch, like watching, carefully monitoring the security cameras.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But of course, we do have a couple more factoids for you guys. We got in the 1890s.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I don't even know if this is sad. In the 1890s, Sioux Falls was crowned the divorce capital of the Plains. Aw. That's not a great capital.
Yeah, but the next one is pretty fun because
this is good. This is a little bit cool.
Mitchell is the home to the world's only corn palace, which is made of 3,500 bushels of corn.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy. 3,500 bushels of corn. That's hilarious.
That is awesome.
Okay, so we have Carrie Ingalls from The Little House on the Prairie. You guys know Carrie Ingalls. She lived most of her adult life in Keystone, South Dakota.
Wow, really, really cool stuff.
That's pretty cool. Let's see. In Huron, it is against the law to cause static, so no balloon heads allowed.
Really? I kind of want to, just, like poke the bear.
Yeah, literally just imagine like some kids just having fun doing it like in public.
Yeah.
And just instantly SWAT teams, like just helicopters, like just like National
like
Guard.
Monsters Inc. like soccer event.
Exactly, like Godzilla response level.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, yes.
They're like, he's causing static.
It's like, no, stop.
That's funny.
Causes a tear in the dimension of South Dakota. South Dakota just disappears. But of course we have some other funny.
Another one that we actually read in the Twins broadcast. South Dakota has more miles of shoreline than the state of Florida.
That one is crazy. That one just doesn't make sense to me. It's so funny. Let's see. In the Mount Rushmore state, the only big game dogs that can be used to hunt for are mountain lions, and only if your dog is Cujo, apparently. Good luck with that? The only big game dogs can be... so you can only use dogs to hunt for mountain lions.
For big game.
Yeah.
Big game when you're hunting big game. So you can't use them for
like anything else.
Like rams or something like that. Or like whatever.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's a pretty specific law.
Yeah, it is. Mount Rushmore took 14 years and only $1 million to build.
That's not bad at all, to be honest.
No, I think they got a steal on that.
And honestly, like Mount Rushmore isn't even as big as people think it is, though.
I know it is a little disappointing.
Yeah.
I know when you actually see it in person.
Yeah, it's like the same. It's the same effect that people get when they visit Paris. And they see the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
And it's not nearly as cool as they thought it would be.
Oh, yeah, because it's not nearly even like the scenery that you'd expect. Like
it's literally
around.
just in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because people like it's kind of the same effect as like when you visit Mount Rushmore. You like huge stone like sculptures and like in a mountain. And it's it's like a mountain.
Do you know what lives up to its reputation? The Grand Canyon. It's as large as you expect it to be.
That's actually
that's
ridiculous.
But it's
that's one of the wonders of the world.
Exactly. That's why it's one of the wonders of the world is because it's just absolutely huge.
It's unbelievable. That is truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
I would love to
do
go
they
to that
know how
place.
it was created?
They actually do have a theory about that. We should totally look at that because it's super cool.
Yeah, how the Grand Canyon was created. Because I talk about the Grand Canyon all the time since I lived by it for a little bit. But
we do have a winner.
Yeah, we got frequently asked questions over at Vic's Bar and Grill in Victoria, taking home that must-go prize of $22.60. But that means that jackpot is clicking up from 52 to 56 in this game number 6. And so Gale World Press Play should be a really nice prize.
That's right. Nice job. But of course so this one is actually pretty funny. This is coming from it's a .gov website, so I trust it.
Okay.
But it says, have you ever wondered how the Grand Canyon was formed and why it is found here in northern Arizona? To understand the formation of the canyon, there's a simple way to remember how it's shaped over time. All you have to remember are the letters D-U-D-E, or dude. And it stands for deposition, uplift, downcutting, and erosion.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So it says with the rock deposition, the story of how Grand Canyon came to be begins with the formation of the layers and layers of rock that the canyon winds through. The story begins about 2 billion years ago when igneous and metamorphic rocks were formed. Then sedimentary rocks were laid upon, like all those rocks, layers on layers. There's a bunch of stuff that went into it.
So it's like a bunch of different Earth or geological events had to all take place.
Oh, so the Colorado River has just been carving at it for 1.8 billion years.
Really?
Yeah. So So it's been carving away the rock for the Grand Canyon for the past 5 to 6 million years, with the oldest rocks in the Grand Canyon being 1.8 billion years.
Wow, that's really, really interesting.
That is super cool. Yeah, but I mean, so Colorado River and a bunch of weird events that happened created the Grand Canyon. That was super funny.
Really cool. I always just assumed asteroid.
Yeah, literally. I'm totally gonna do some awesome research into the Grand Canyon and become an expert in how it formed.
I would love to actually be able to say I went to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, 100%. We should totally go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. That would be
we should broadcast at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
I think the players would like that.
100%. when we can invite an elite group of players to come with us, and we can play live bingo at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
We can ride down by donkey.
That's ride down by donkey. Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%.
Actually, aren't donkeys one of the best at climbing down mountains and stuff like that?
They're super sturdy, dude.
Yeah.
They're really they have short legs and really sturdy bodies.
Mm-hmm. Well, really cool stuff. We were talking about South Dakota, and then we talked about Mount Rushmore, and then we got to the Grand Canyon.
That's right.
And now we're back to our next National Day as we got National Dissertation Day.
Oh, this is awesome.
National Dissertation Day on April 26th creates an annual reminder to continuing education students to maintain their focus and complete the pinnacle of their education.
Yeah, I mean, this is super cool. Just letting you guys know, you're almost there. You can keep doing it.
Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel.
That's
you can do it.
That's right. So definitely really cool. Happy National Dissertation Day, everybody. And here, we'll throw a little bit of luck.
Yeah, if anybody's going through their dissertation, I'm taking it this time.
Ooh, okay, we got it.
And
okay, backwards.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Magic Johnson pass, or if you like the
Luka
oldies,
Magic.
a little Pistol Pete pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one dude? It wasn't Jerry West, but Bob Cousy. Bob Cousy, yeah. Yeah, dude, I got to say, Bob Cousy actually handled the ball pretty crazy.
Yeah, he definitely was.
But he did handle it in such a 50s way.
Yes.
He dribbled like Shaq, but at 6 foot tall.
But was good at it.
And was good. You know how every highlight, you see that one highlight of Shaq dribbling really well? That's how he dribbled all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was really funny. But enough about Bob Cousy though.
Yeah, we're talking about National Dissertation Day.
How did we get to Bob Cousy? Because you're
passing
to
I passed
luck.
for the people who are going through their dissertations. And if you guys know anybody who is dealing with their dissertation, definitely give them a little bit of support on this day.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, but of course we have actually a lot of national days today.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so we have quite a few more national days for you guys. And for this one, it is National Help a Horse Day. This day on April 26th each year encourages horse lovers and advocates to join forces and protect abused and neglected horses. The day raises awareness of the need for horse sanctuaries and rescues.
Yeah.
Definitely really cool stuff. I mean, it's super important to raise awareness about that sort of thing.
Save a horse. Yeah, I'm not going to finish the rest of the song. Yeah, happy National Help a Horse Day. And it's always a really, really great day to put a little bit of a highlight on neglected animals, and especially horses. Oh, we do have some a split win.
That's right. We got SP Allen and frequently asked questions, both splitting up that must-go prize of $26.40. Nice job, you two.
Yeah, now we're getting enrolled into a game number 7, I think it is. Yes, game number 7 of Jackpot Hunter. So make sure you're getting enrolled, press and play, and we plan on giving out maybe this minor jackpot at 56 balls or less. And if we can get it over $200, it'll be clicking up in game number 8. Because we're getting into game number 7. Yes, yeah. Game number 8 will be clicking up from 56 to 60 balls or less.
Game number 8 is our second lucky game.
Oh, so we'll see if it can happen there. But happy National Help a Horse Day. Yeah. And we can get into this next National Day, National Pretzel Day. National Pretzel Day on April 26th recognizes one of America's favorite snacks. Look up who invented the pretzel. A bag of nice, crunchy, salty pretzels or a big, warm, soft cinnamon pretzel is the question of the day. Either one is an excellent choice.
Let's see. So, while most early pretzels were of the soft variety, a German baker in Lillitz, Pennsylvania, Julius Sturgis, reportedly started the first commercial pretzel bakery in 1861 and claimed credit as the creator of the first true hard pretzels. So he had the first true hard pretzels.
Okay.
So all right. Julius Sturgis invented hard pretzels. Who invented real, actual pretzels?
Who was the first? But I think he was soft pretzels.
Oh, so a common origin story of pretzels is that they were created by a monk around 610 AD in Italy.
Okay.
According to the history of science and technology, the monk baked strips of dough that he folded into a shape resembling a child crossing its arms in prayer.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's the origin of the pretzel.
Apparently, yeah. That's really crazy. So, he would give these treats, which he called pretiolas, or little rewards, to children who had memorized their prayers. Unfortunately, and not surprisingly, there's no documented evidence from the 600s to confirm the story. Other similar stories star a monk from France and bakers held hostage in Germany. Interesting.
Wow.
So, while any of these stories might have some merit, we do know for certain is that the earliest recorded evidence of pretzels appeared in the crest of German bakers' guilds in the year 1111. Later, in 1185, an illustration of pretzels appeared in the Hortus Delicarum. The manuscript was compiled by some dude in Germany. But it's very likely that pretzels existed long before either of those instances.
Wow, that's super, super cool.
I like the monk story.
Yeah, I like the one, and he made it for praying hands
and
wrapped around.
Little rewards for kids who memorize their prayers. That's really fun.
Man, I would have liked that when I was going through my religion classes.
That's
if I got a pretzel for memorizing the books of the Bible, I would have been memorizing that thing so fast.
It's like, come on, give me the yum-yums, monk. Please, come on. It's like, actually, according to history, we're supposed to be getting pretzels.
Yeah. Instead, I just had a pastor yelling at me. But we do have some more. We have a lot of national days still to get into, and so we'll keep this going.
Of course, happy National Kids and Pets Day we got going into raises awareness of the importance of picking up the right pet for children at the right time. It's an important decision that can lead to a lifetime of bonding between pet and child.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and I think you were emphasizing the right time during the twins.
So funny. Because I just instantly was like, yeah, no, we totally need to think more about what pets we give to our kids, in more in the realm of these kids can mess up these pets sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And I say this because I had two little sisters who had a lot of pets, and also I've just heard a lot of stories about little kids with pets.
Yeah.
But obviously you even said earlier a lot of the times kids can, especially with dogs and cats.
Yes.
I feel like dogs and cats are the best for kids. But usually with dogs and cats, kids can grow up and have a great bond with them. And
yes, and it's about getting at the right time and stuff like that. Like I talked about my grandpa's dog, how I got him right at I was I was starting to grow, and I wasn't necessarily hitting puberty, but I was getting longer and sprouting up a bunch. We do have a winner before I talk more about that. We got Bobo and Lula over at American Legion Shakopee and Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue. They're both splitting up $48 on that Musco. And that minor jackpot is clicking up to 60 balls in this one. So make sure you guys are getting rolled for this game number 8. But I was talking about my grandpa's dog. And
right.
he got a dog. And he was living with us during the time. And so I really, really liked the dog. But as I was sprouting up, the dog was sprouting up as well.
Yeah.
And so we were around the same weight for like probably about, I'm trying to think, 2 years, 3 years, where we were around the same weight, dog and human, and so we'd wrestle all the time, and I just had a great relationship with him. And
dude, I just thought about it. I think there might have been a time where my dog weighed more than me.
oh, there was definitely a time where my grandpa's dog weighed more than me.
But like, I'm talking about like when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, your dog's huge. Like
my dog is
100
huge.
and,
My
like,
dog is huge, so it's not crazy.
Yeah,
but
like,
it still is weird to think
You
about.
gotta put into perspective. His dog's like 130 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, it is not weird that he was under 130 pounds
Exactly.
in high school.
And so I'm about like 5'11", 6 foot, right?
Uh-huh.
And so this dog comes up to my waist.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it
Huge
is
dog.
a pretty big dog. And whatchamacallit, like, these dogs don't normally reach my waist level.
No.
And whatchamacallit, so this dog, big too, Great Pyrenees and Lab mix,
Uh-huh.
literally made to herd, like, whatchamacallit, sheeps and stuff in the
Yes.
mountains of Europe. And so this huge dog, 150 pounds. This dog, yeah, she that was her biggest. Because she fluctuates like, because when my mom has her, she feeds her real healthy and gets a lot of exercise.
Uh-huh.
When my grandparents have her, she sits
spoiled.
around, is super spoiled, eats all the time,
Uh-huh.
and sleeps and gets nice walks and stuff, but
Oh, for
sleeps
sure.
all the time. But at her biggest, she was like 150 pounds.
Wow.
And normally she hovered more at 130 pounds.
Okay.
But like at her biggest, 150. And there was a time in high school where I was a beanpole, and I was sitting at like 140, 145 pounds.
And she was larger than you.
And she was larger. She was, oh my goodness. Like, and I swear, if you probably stretched her up, she was probably about as big as me.
Yeah, she is a very large dog, so
is a big dog.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No. And her name is Honey Pie.
Yeah, a great dog. I absolutely adore that dog.
Oh, I know. She has one of the most fearful barks ever, too. Like, it's like she strikes fear into people.
Oh, for sure. I heard her a few times. It's impressive.
It's
But
super
then
fun.
I'm like
So
laying.
sweetest
Then I'm
puppy.
like laying on the ground with her, and like she's just like hanging out.
He said, no, she's such a cute dog. She would literally never even bite anybody.
Oh, so funny.
I don't know, unless maybe there's like an invader or something.
Yeah, I just had a fun little moment with my childhood cat, which is living in my apartment now.
Oh, yeah.
And we got him when I was probably around, I would say like 4th grade, third grade. Third grade would be my guess when we got him. And so we've had him for a really long time. He's a pretty old cat. But he was wanting attention this morning, but I was doing the dishes. And so then I just pulled the stool next to me. I stuck him on the stool, and he just like hung out right next to me like for the whole time. Just like he was just content watching me do what I was doing. But he just like wanted to be like up, like hanging out.
It's on eye level.
And then he
almost.
finally got bored, and he just like started swiping at my butt and was like, "Hey, give me attention." And then he realized I wasn't gonna do that, and
just
he
hopped down.
and everything like that. But it was super funny, and it's that kind of bond that you have with those from growing up with those animals.
Exactly. And, while I might be, talking about all those horror stories I've heard about, you got 2 success stories with 2 childhood, dogs and cats right here. I mean, you got Ollie and Mike, and I have my 2 cats and my dog I've had since I was a kid, too. And it definitely is awesome to have those childhood pets.
Oh, for sure. Especially like family pets. I think family pets are really, really good, especially when you're talking about like young kids bonding with those animals.
No, 100%. But, of course, happy National Kids and Pets Day.
I'm trying to think. There was a funny story that did you know who Bert Chrysler is?
Yes.
He's a comedian that he takes his shirt off like every single set.
Yeah, it's like the Russian train story. Yeah.
Yes, he did that whole thing. But he was talking about how his daughters are just like off the wall kind of thing.
Okay.
And she came up to him and was like, "Hey, Dad, I have a magic trick." Like, I have a magic trick. I want to show you this magic trick, and this is kind of proving your point of you should be wary of kids and animals. And so he's like, "Oh, what's your magic trick? Like, what are you gonna do?" And she's like, "I'm gonna make the dog sniff my finger." So she reaches down into her own pants, then pulls it out and makes the dog lick her finger. And she's cracking up doing it.
And the dad is just sitting there horrified. Oh my God.
The worst thing is he then goes, let's show your mother, and forces it to be reenacted in front of her. Their mom. Oh, we do have a winner, though. We have Gwendy and Moose. Gwendy's over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, and Moose over at Moose Lodge in Wake Park.
No, there's no way the mom didn't ground both of them.
Oh, my gosh. I would be so upset if I was the mother.
Oh, my gosh. No, they would be grounded for weeks. That was hilarious. After putting that poor dog through that.
She was like, look it, he licks it. He doesn't mind.
Oh my gosh, that is the worst story ever. That's so terrible.
She was like, this isn't even a magic trick.
This isn't a magic trick, sweetie. This is just terrible. Oh my God, but happy National Kids and Pets Day.
Yeah, I mean, it creates special moments.
It does. So maybe moments that should stay within the family. And like, I bet that kid is gonna hate her dad like later in life for telling
I wouldn't
all
be
these funny
surprised
stories.
if she's like a comedian too.
Oh, yeah.
Because she is hilarious.
With those funny stories.
Yeah, she's just kind of a funny kid. Now I can just talk about some of the stories he's told. Because like she every morning. She has deodorant that's in the freezer.
Okay.
And she then takes the stick of deodorant, rubs her finger on it, and then rubs it right under her nose before she goes to school every single day. And he had watched her do this for like a while, and he's like, "Why do you do that?" And she's like, "So I don't have to smell everybody else at school." And I was just like, "That's hilarious that you just like fully just like took it upon yourself to put the deodorant in the freezer." And he was like, "Then why do you put it in the freezer?" She was like, "It feels nicer." And he said he tried it, and he was like, "I couldn't lie, it felt nicer."
It did feel nicer. That's so funny. The room temp deodorant. That's really funny. But of course, yeah, that was some funny stuff for National Kids and Pets Day. And that dude is a pretty funny comedian.
Yeah,
too.
he definitely is. He says some out there stuff though.
Yes, he does. But of course, we do have a few more national days to get into. And up next, we got National Richter Scale Day. This one's pretty cool. It's National Richter Scale Day, if I can say it correctly. On April 26th, each year honors the birth of the Richter scale inventor, Charles F. Richter. He was born April 26, 1900. So on this day, it's his birthday. That's pretty fun. And then he lived his life until 1985.
Wow, really, really cool stuff. I mean, the Richter scale, super, super important to be able to detect all the
football players crashing into the sides of your house and semi-trucks.
Maybe earthquakes.
Sometimes.
But
that's so fun. Look up things that get on the Richter scale. Because we were talking about the Richter scale earlier today on the lunch broadcast for those of you that were watching that one. And I was saying that things that show up on the Richter scale, semi-trucks, when you actually are on the side of the highway, can measure on the Richter scale when they're going like full speed past you. Let's see. I know another thing that gets on the Richter scale is a team of 11 football players
running into the side of your house.
Running into the side of the house. And let's see. Lowest, ranks on the Richter scale. And I'll take a look. Severity. Okay, so Richter magnitude scale. We'll take a look at. Okay, there we go. We got what is the lowest Richter scale.
Okay.
So a quake with magnitude between 2 and 3 is the lowest normally perceptible to humans. So we got they got some pictures for me. Let's see. So 2.5 or less is usually not even felt by humans.
Okay.
And so, but it can be recorded by a seismograph.
Okay.
So things like you think about it though, you can feel a semi-truck passing you.
Yes.
So you can feel a semi-truck passing you. If a dude if 11 people ran into the side of your house, your wall does flex, even if it's a stone wall.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was in this is funny to admit, but I was in JROTC when I was in high school, and one of my instructors proved this by actually measuring like the wall and how it was flat, and he measured the wall, and we had a thing that would measure if it flexed or not, and it was a concrete wall.
Okay.
And he was like, all right, everybody push up on it, and we all pushed up on it, and it barely barely move.
Yes.
But it did. It had a very tiny amount of movement. But we do have a winner. We have Forget UD over at VFW Austin. Not getting the minor, 2 balls away, but getting the must-go prize of $82. Nice job, Forget UD.
Yeah, just has to repeat, do that again, and he'll be taking home a really, really nice prize in this next game. So make sure you guys are all getting enrolled, press and play, because I thinking that this thing's going to be over $500 by the time you guys all get enrolled. But here's a little bit. Can megaquakes really happen? So a magnitude 10 or larger, can that happen?
Oh, yes, it can, because there are different ways of measuring earthquakes.
Really?
Yes, I actually learned about this. I don't know why I have a good amount of knowledge about this, but I think this is something I read about before.
Okay, this says no, earthquakes of magnitude of 10 or larger cannot happen.
You'll see it, though. There's different ways of scaling them.
But here, I'll just read what
yeah,
they
yeah,
have.
read that.
The
Yeah, because they're
magnitude
smarter
of an earthquake is related to the length of the fault on which it occurs. That is the longer the fault, the larger the earthquake. A fault is a break in the rocks that make up the Earth's crust, and so there's not a long enough vault for there to be a magnitude 10 earthquake.
Okay, so they're saying it's not possible at all then.
Yes,
Okay.
because
It's just like, it's not even big enough.
Yes.
That's fine. Okay, so I know there are different, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, there must be a
earthquake
different
scales.
measuring system that can get that.
Maybe on their scale it says
Yes.
it's higher, but technically if it was on this scale, it would still be a 10. It would translate to like a lower than a 10.
Yes. Yeah,
so that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Wow, interesting.
That
So
is super cool.
that couldn't happen. I'm glad that it can't happen. That is that is a very nice thing.
No, it is reassuring to know that.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
I don't really need a mega quake.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, if you guys were wondering, okay, well, what would a 9 scale on the Richter scale be?
Okay.
In kilograms of TNT, 20 trillion kilograms of TNT would be a 9 on the Richter scale, blowing up all at once.
Wow, that is insane.
That is super, super crazy. So then 600 kilograms of TNT would be a 2 on the Richter scale.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
That's funny. Enough about this Richter scale, though.
happy National Richter Scale Day. We do have a fun next national day, as it's National Audubon Day. On April 26 each year, National Audubon Day honors the birth of John James Audubon. He was born in April 26, 1785. Audubon's greatest work was The Birds of America, which is considered one of the finest ornithological works ever completed. His work in this book contained more than 700 North American bird species and 435 hand-colored life-size prints of 497 bird species.
Oh, the dude is super talented.
Wow, that is really, really cool.
Yeah, like he really did that. That's awesome. I mean, you can look him up online, and they're actually very detailed and like good illustrations and depictions.
That's super cool. I would love to be able to see something like that.
And he's even like painting them in their like habitats and environments and stuff.
That's really cool. I wonder what kind of traveling he did to be able to get all this knowledge. He must have been traveling all around North America to be able to find that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That would be really cool to see. Let's take a look. He must have just traveled around. So how was Birds of America made? Let's take a look. The principal printing technique. Okay. So he did it. He painted it and printed it into books and stuff. But yeah. I'm guessing he just like went around America and stuff. And
that's really, really cool.
Well,
cool. Yeah. Happy National Audubon Day.
Yeah, that is definitely some awesome stuff. But we do have one last national day to get into, and it is National Marjorie Day, and this is a really cool one.
Yeah, it's not anywhere celebrated besides the place where we get our National Day list from.
That's right.
But I thought it was fun and cute enough to add on.
Oh, 100%. Because the registrar of the National Day calendar has designated April 26, 2014 as National Marjorie Day. And this day celebrates Marjorie's 12th birthday. And Marjorie is somebody who her mom would pack her lunches and stuff, and with all the national days every day, and then she would go to camps and stuff, and she'd pack days of all the upcoming national days and stuff, and she'd share with her friends. But we do have a winner.
Tough over at Cowboy Jackson Apple Valley, taking home a jackpot of 600 and that's going to be a whopping
600 and something.
$91, I think it is. But really, really good stuff by Tough getting the win.
Yeah, I think you were right about the 91. So good job, $691. That was extremely tough.
Yeah, and now we've given out 2 jackpots that made our jackpot list. So we've officially had more jackpots today than we did yesterday.
Let's go. That's awesome.
Boom. And then we just need to give out one more minor jackpot during these games to be able to give out more jackpots in our Jackpot Hunter games.
That's right. So we'll keep right on track with that. We got another hour left, so I'm pretty confident. But, of course, getting rolled, we got that major and mega still on the table, as well as that minor. It's clicking up pretty fast. Of course, it clicks up super fast over these games, so keep your eyes peeled on it. You don't want to miss it out on it when it's at 60 balls or less, because it goes out pretty fast. But, of course, we were talking about Marjorie Day, and so basically she was super, adores the national days and loves learning about them and loves getting them and stuff. She tells all her friends about them, and so they learned about this somehow and decided to make her own national day for Marjorie.
Yeah, I think that's really, really cool, and so happy Marjorie Day, and we're done with our National Day list. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, we're already about halfway through these games already, and we just finished that National Day list. And so now we can get into a little bit of Twins news, as our Twins are 8-8 right now this season, and good old Byron Buxton hit his second homer of the game, a 469-foot 3-run drive that overcame a 10th inning deficit and lifted the Minnesota Twins over the Chicago 6-4 on Sunday and sent the White Sox to their 7th straight loss. Buxton hit a 2-run opposite field homer to right in the 7th against Aaron Bummer that tied the score 3-3.
Awesome stuff. So that makes the Chicago White Sox 6-9. Wow, so they've lost how many of their last 7th straight losses?
It might be their 7th straight loss to the Twins.
Okay, because that would be crazy if they were 6-2 at one point.
Yeah, I don't think so, because they said their 7th straight loss, and so
no, it was their last 10. They've lost 2 of 8.
Really?
Yeah. Their 7th straight loss. Wow, they had a hot start to the season.
Wow, that is a tough game. So we'll see if they. I mean, I don't really care if the White Sox turn it around.
Yeah.
But
we'll see turn it around. We don't want them to turn it around.
We're seeing if that means anything good for our Twins. The fact that we're able to get some wins.
We want them to lose all the games we have against them.
Exactly. I think that's the right way to go about it. They're in conference too, so we might as well beat up on them.
Come on now.
Speaking of in-conference games, we do have a game tonight that's in conference.
That's right. It is against the Tigers. It's going to be right at 6:40 p.m., so definitely tune in for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. But as you guys know, we've teamed up with the Minnesota Twins. You play that ETAB game, Twins Win Today, wherever Pilot games are played. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, or you play our Twins Bingo at lunchtime, another great Twins-themed game that you guys can play. And you guys can earn points towards our Twiking Zone, which is actually the combination of our Twins standings and Vikings Bingo standings. And our player standings have been pretty crazy. Do you have any Twins news?
I might have a little bit. I think Byron Buxton might have made a record.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Yes. Let's see. Wait. I think it's the longest walk-off home run ever.
Really? That's really cool.
Yeah, let's see. So I'm just making sure that it is.
That is impressive for Byron Buxton. I mean, he walloped that thing 469, what was it, feet?
Yeah, I think it was, it says Buxton wins it with longest walk-off home run on record.
That is
469 feet.
What a beautiful hit for Byron Buxton. I mean, one of the most impactful players when healthy, and
awesome.
super glad that he is healthy on our team right now.
Yeah, but other than that, I saw Carlos Correa was mentioning that he's right now actually interested in a long-term deal with the Twins.
Really?
So it looks like it sounds like he stepped into this deal with with the inclination of probably ending up signing long-term.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, he's a really good player, and we'd love to keep him with our Twins for a while.
Him and Byron Buxton would be two great all-stars on the team, but we do got a winner. It's Trapper One over at Herbie's Bar and Grill, taking away $28.40. Nice job, Trapper One.
Yeah, now we're getting rolled into a game number 12. Already game number 12. We're at the halfway point of these games, and so make sure you're getting roll, press play. We're trying to give out at least 2 more minor jackpots, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even 3 more. Whatever you guys are feeling up for.
That's right. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 11 seconds, though, to get enrolled in this next game. And we got some Twiking Zone standings to get into as the player standings sit like this. In 10th place, getting bumped back from 9th, we got Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon with 89,000 points. Moving up from 10th place all the way to an 8th place tie, we got Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's, now tying it up with Dago 11 over at the Polar Lounge. They both have 91,000 points. With 95,000 points in 7th place, we got Barizo over at Atomic Star Tavern. 6th place is Yo-Yo over at Riverside Store Tavern, taking home 115,000 points. With 121,000 points in 5th place, we got GTZ over at Sal's Bar and Grill. And 4th place, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar and Goodhue with 124,000 points. 3rd place, we got Sin Bob at Corky's Bar South Haven with 139,000 points. And with 141,000 points in 2nd place, we got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. Really close race between Nan and Sin Bob right now.
Very true.
But in 1st place, we got Scrub Eye over at American Legion Fridley, closing in on the 200,000 point club with 192,000 points.
Awesome stuff to all the players in those standings. But we got those location standings to take a look at. Starting it off in 10th place, we got Main Street Pub and Kimball with 139,000 points. In 9th place, it's VFW Blaine with 154,000 points. In 8th place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 155,000 points. Able to kick out VFW Blaine because they were tied up. So now VFW Blaine is in 9th place and only 1,000 points behind Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. So pretty close right there. But now in 7th place, got a little bit of a jump to Steve O's and Crystal with 209,000 points. In 6th place, it's Our Place on 3rd and Faribault with 218,000 points. In 5th place was in 4th place, got kicked out of that tie. It's Corner Bar and Goodhue with 265,000 points. 4th place, now only 2,000 points ahead. It's Eagles Rochester that was doing the kicking. They have 267,000 points. Nice job, Eagles Rochester, able to secure their own spot. But now, in 3rd place, we got American Legion Fridley with 299,000 points. Just barely 1,000 points out of that 300,000 point club. But now in 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar in South Haven with 381,000 points. In 1st place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park with 628,000 points. So definitely good job to all of these awesome locations. It's kind of looking like VFW Spring Lake Park might start to run away with it a little bit, but Corky's Bar in South Haven, I'm not going to lie, they are starting to get in the rearview mirror like a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're no longer like you can double them, and they're not at
you can't double their score anymore.
and they still don't catch up to VFW Spring Lake Park. But I mean, there's still a whopping 240,000 points behind them.
Yeah, no, it's still a really big deficit, but. If anybody can do it, it's going to be Corky's Bar in South Haven.
Yeah, I mean, they are by far the closest out of any other location. And, I mean, they got the 2 of our top 3 players playing there.
That's what I'm saying. So they do have that X factor. I'm not sure if that X factor is worth about 300,000 points, though.
Yeah, we'll see if that can happen. I mean, obviously VFW Spring Lake Park's been able to do that kind of action over the last, first few months of that season, so we'll see what can happen. We're still in the back half of this season 11, but still a few months to go before we wrap this thing up, and I'm super excited to see who ends up in first second, third, in our top 10. It's going to be super exciting.
Oh, 100%. But of course, we have some awesome stuff going on outside of our bingo games. We got our e-tabs. They're always a lot of fun. We release new e-tab games all the time. You can keep track of them on our on our Facebook and stuff like that to keep up with all of our new games. Right now, we're listening to one of them.
Yeah,
Roaring 20s.
I didn't hear a single thing you said. I'm just vibing to the music right now.
That's right. It's going a little crazy. But of course, this Roaring 20s music, it's coming from one of the past remixes of it. But we do have a version. It's Amanda over at Versus Grill.
Ooh.
Okay. It's Amanda versus the Grill over at Darwin. And taking home $28.40. Nice job, Amanda.
Yeah, that's like a comedy movie title. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Amanda
like
versus Grill.
it's like one of those like Sharknado movies.
Exactly. Just like the grill it's like Christine, the car that had a
Yes.
mind of its own, but it's like a grill.
Yes, exactly. Amanda versus the Grill.
But of course, we were talking about our E-Tab games.
Yes.
And Roaring 20s, what we're listening to right now is one of those newer ones. It's a lot of fun. It's a time travel themed one. It's definitely pretty cool. You can, stay around in 1920s, and it's like the normal lounge, and you can make normal bets, get some normal prizes, but then, whoa, you time travel into the 2020s. And then, whoa, you're super upbeat. Got some like electronic music. Is this Skrillex? No, it's not. That would be copyrighted. But of course, super cool stuff. I know it's really cool. It's kind of like the extreme lounge of it. So you can make higher bets and get a lot higher prizes. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out and let us know what you think.
But if you don't like Roaring 20s, we got 50 different Charitable E-Tab games.
That's right.
Themed all different kinds of stuff, so definitely check those ones out as well. You can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. There's awesome bonus and free play rounds within that as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So definitely check them all out. Let us know which one is your favorite, because we got some really cool ones that I feel like we do have some like underrated ones I feel like people could find and, claim them as their favorite.
Oh.
Penguin Palooza being one of them.
Yeah, I think Penguin Palooza needs to be higher up there
I agree.
on those E-Tabs.
I agree, but of course, we do have some really cool stuff to talk about. In the meantime, getting rolled, only a minute left to do so, and we got some awesome music history to get into. Starting it off in 1962, we got Sam Cooke recording Having a Party and Bring It On Home to Me. And, definitely a couple of really iconic songs from Sam Cooke.
Yeah, Sam Cooke, known professionally as...
I was about to be
because he was Samuel Cook,
Yeah.
and was spelled more like Cook.
Mhm.
But his real name was like Sam Cooke, and they spell it right on the actual broadcaster, and so that's how it's spelled. The
Like
C.
professionally, yeah.
Yeah, that was his professional name. Really interesting stuff.
Yeah, this is some pretty cool stuff. But I know, whatchamacallit, I was about to say, I was like, oh, like, I'll just play you, like, one of his songs really quick. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, no, I can't do that.
I can't do that. That's against our broadcasting rules.
That's right, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, you would recognize him, right, when you hear the song, though. It's a very iconic song. The Change Is Gonna Come is probably his most popular one.
I mean, considered one of the most influential musicians of all time.
Yes. Yeah, especially in the soul genre. I mean, he was literally like the pioneer of it, pretty
That's
much.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
How many hit songs did Sam Cooke have? Over the course of his 8-year career, Cooke placed 29 singles in the top 40 on the Billboard Pop Single charts. He also placed 20 singles in the top 10 Billboard's R&B charts. Black singles charts between 1957 and 1960. Sam Cooke's records were produced by Keen Label.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things where you just have to think, like, if he hadn't have, tragically passed away so young, then, like, I mean, he would have ended up being so successful all throughout the rest of his career, too, because, like, the dude was on pace to be, like, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that is really, really,
Yeah.
I mean, sad to hear about, but I'm glad that he can be remembered forever with
exactly.
the great music that he was able to produce in such the short amount of time that he had here.
I agree. Yeah.
But next up in this celebrity birthday, not celebrity, music history.
That's right.
In 1986, we got Van Halen proves there is a life after David Lee Roth as their album 5,150, the first with Sammy Hagar Hagar hits #1 in the U.S. for the first time of 3 weeks that it's up there.
Yeah, definitely pretty cool stuff. Van Halen, I mean, everybody knows Van Halen. It was one of the most iconic bands of that time. But yeah, that was the super popular one. What were look up the, whatchamacallit, yeah, there we go, all the songs off of it. I know, what was like the most popular ones from this? Was Summer Nights, Why Can't This Be Love? Is that like the 2 ones that were off of that?
I'm really not sure with this album. I'm not a Van Halen guy.
I know it was, I think my grandma hates Van Halen.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't like Van Halen. It was either my mom or my grandma she does not like Van Halen.
Yeah, I feel like will have a lot more information for us about Van Halen. We do have a winner, Blondie, over at Moose Lodge Wait Park, taking home that prize of $26.40. And that jackpot is going to be clicking up from 52 to 56 as you guys are getting rolled into this next game of Jackpot Hunter. Make sure you get enrolled, and hopefully you can win it in that 56 ball count.
No, it's funny because, like, it's kind of those things, like, my grandma had a lot to do with my music taste, like, today, and, like, just kind of the development of it, I would say. And so it's like she would kind of, like, very much be like, oh, yeah, listen to Led Zeppelin. Oh, yeah, listen to Eric Clapton. Listen to, and then the things she didn't like, she would, like, hide from me.
Really?
Yeah, so, like, I know there's one, my grandpa loves this band, ZZ Top. Literally
yes, I know ZZ Top.
Yeah, and my grandpa loves ZZ Top. He has ZZ Top, like, CDs.
But, like, she hides them from you?
And, like, I didn't even know they were a band until I was, like, 10. and they're, like, one of my grandpa's, like, favorite bands.
That's hilarious because she was like, do not show John ZZ Top.
It was so funny. It was so funny. And, like, I don't know if it was a conscious effort, but, like, it was just, like, yeah. And I know when I, like, talked about them at one point to my grandpa, she was like, ugh. You know, just from, like, the other room. And I was just like,
She has that kind of disdain for ZZ Top.
Yeah, and so, well, like, it's so funny because, like, it's not that she super hates ZZ Top. It's just, like, any music she doesn't like, she deems as, like, not music.
Oh.
She's so opinionated about music. But I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. I mean, it's really good to have those kinds of people because, I mean, I really didn't have anybody that was into music around, like, in my immediate family kind of thing. And so I didn't learn about music until, like, post-high school. I didn't know, like, a lot of bands existed.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably – I knew ZZ Top before because I think my dad listened to ZZ Top.
I could totally see your dad means ZZ Top.
But, like, there's other ones. Like, Van Halen I probably didn't know until after high school. Like, even though it's, like, one of the biggest bands of all time.
And, like, you totally knew all the anthems of it, you know what I mean? Being in school and stuff, hearing, like, Van Halen songs. But
yes, or movie clips that it's been in and stuff like that. And so I'd heard it before. But if you asked me, like, where that song had came from and who made that song, I would have been
who's in
like,
the band and, like, all that,
I don't know.
It's super funny, but yeah, definitely really cool stuff though happening on this day in history with Van Halen. And no, I totally get what you mean though, and I feel like it's just like as a kid I was kind of like that too, like before like the age of like 9, I was just kind of like music groups weren't a huge thing to me.
Yes.
Except for the Beatles. I messed with the Beatles.
Really?
Because they were so cool to me. Like they had like all these cool outfits and stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad had like the action figures of them.
Oh really?
Yeah, and so like I had them as toys, and we had posters of it all over the place.
That's so
like
fun.
yeah, and the Beatles was just a major part of my like childhood, and I watched movies with them in it too. So it's like I knew like Ringo, George, like Paul and John all the time.
Yeah, didn't your grandma always say you were looking like
my great grandma?
Yeah,
she said I was gonna grow up to look like Brad Pitt.
Oh, it was Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I thought there was someone that said you were gonna look like one of the Beatles.
I was just named after John.
Oh, you were named after him. That's what it was. But we'll move on from that. Definitely a cool day in music history. The next one is actually one of your grandma's favorite artists is involved in this one.
That's right.
In 1978,
cool.
The Last Waltz, directed by Martin Scorsese, acclaimed documentary of the band's star-studded last concert opens in theaters. The film featured performances by Neil Young, Eric Clapton, Johnny Mitchell, Van Morrison, Neil Diamond, the Staple Singers, and Dr. John. I thought this was such a cool movie that was documentary that was released.
Oh, I mean, it's super, super cool. I think Bob Dylan was even in it.
Really?
Garth Hudson. That is super, super cool.
Wow, what a cool one. Well, 17 years after joining forces with the backing band for rockabilly cult hero Ronnie Hawkins, Canadian roots rocker the band called it quits with the lavish farewell show in San Francisco Winterland Ballroom on November 25th, 1979. Filmed by Martin Scorsese, the documentary features standout performances by rock legends such as Bob Dylan, Van Morrison, Eric Clapton, Johnny Mitchell, and Muddy Walters, as well as interviews tracing the group's history and discussing road life.
That is crazy. Professor Van Morrison is in it too. That's super cool.
A really cool. I would love to be at that last concert though. I mean, what a cool movie. I gotta watch that documentary at some point. The Last Waltz.
Yeah, that is definitely pretty cool stuff. So definitely awesome stuff happening on this day in history. But we do have a winner, JMB 316 over at Eagles Rochester, winning $39.20. Nice job, JMB. But we do have some pretty cool stuff to get into regarding our other parts of Pilot Games here. We got our bingo things going on all the time. Obviously, we're playing it right now and winning in it right now. And we got our E-Tab games as well. I'm sure people are probably winning jackpots as we speak.
Yeah.
I mean, they go out all the time all across Minnesota.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, but of course. And then we have our PGL nights. It's a huge part of what we do here at Pilot Games. We love our PGL nights with MegaSota Game Night and Wild Wednesday. Both a lot of fun. But if you want to join in and compete with all of those PGL players, you got to sign up at pgl.world to become a fellow member of the league. PGL players compete for points and have access to that insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great stuff in it. So definitely check it out, join up today, and sign up at pgl.world.
Yeah, you also get highlighted in our new member spotlight, and we got some great names in this. We got Bear 199, Mike 2244, Mike 224466, K Bear 89, KC 1986, Evil 706. Oh, evil. We got D Marie, Padre Hawk, Hot 15 Money, Kimmy, Lex, Carrie 73, KJ 218, 1 KJ 218, and KPWHKC.
105 classic rock hits all day long.
Yeah, I just like saying it like a radio. JPWHKC.
Literally, or just like 8 a.m. and they're playing only like Mozart and Beethoven. Some dude just sipping coffee with a very deep, gravelly voice, and you're just like, how does he have this deep, gravelly voice when he's like constantly sipping his coffee?
Yeah. Like, what is this man made of?
A lot of different things. Human bodies are very complicated.
Like, welcome to.
What's that one song with JC and Linkin Park in it? It was like 10% power, 10% complicated, like luck, skill, or whatever.
10% skill.
Concentrated power of will.
That's the next one.
That's
after
what it
skill.
was. That's the next ingredient.
10% luck, 20% skill.
And then 50% concentrated power of will. Okay, yeah.
5% pleasure, something percent pain, and 100% reason to remember my name.
That's right. That's so funny. That's such an iconic song. It's so good. 50% power of. Wait, what was it?
Power of will.
Power of will. It's so great. I love it. That's it's like iPod shuffle song all the way.
That was like a pregame warm up. Like I was like sitting in my Pee-wee pads, like I'm about to rock some dudes.
It's so crazy.
50% power of will. Yeah.
I'm 100% power of will.
I'm enforce my will.
That's right. But of course, following that awesome little serenade right there, we do have a must-go prize of $37.40 on this game. We got that minor jackpot at just under 200.
Wow.
199.75 and 56 balls or less. That major jackpot's at $1,700 and 48 balls or less. And we got that mega jackpot sitting in the background at $100,000 and 43 balls or less. But we got some really cool PGL standings to get into. We were just talking about all those new PGL players. Hopefully, we can see them getting in on these standings soon enough. You can do so by playing tonight during MegaSota Game Night or tomorrow during Wild Wednesday. And then, of course, during any other, happen chance PGL nights we might have through the week. Yes. Like, for example, NCAA tournament, we had a game night that week.
Yeah, I think we might be planning out a specialty night next week.
Ooh.
Not officially official yet, so I won't give the date or anything.
We don't have the details
but I think we
yet.
may have 3 specialty nights next week. So definitely stay tuned for that update. Okay. Should be a lot of stuff. Huge implications for the PGL standings because we almost have the entire top 10 of our player standings in the 1 million point club.
Ooh, okay, so pumping some more points in there, getting you guys all in that 1 million point club, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
But we do have these top 10 players to get into. Starting it off is 10th place Nixon over at VFW Roseville with 956,000 points. In 9th place, it's Big Pimpin' over at the Alibi of Gilbert with 978,000 points. In 8th place, Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin with 1,023,000 points. In 7th place, it's Ted over at the Sunshine Depot with 1,041,000 points. But before I go further, we got a very, very tough player.
Tough. Over at Cowboy Jacks in Apple Valley, taking home with $37.40.
That's so funny. It's like a tough, but like a really like pleasant sounding like location name, like Cowboy Jacks in Apple Valley.
I feel like it could be read either way. It's like either like
Apple Valley,
like Cowboy Jacks in Apple Valley.
Apple Valley does sound like a nice place, though.
Apple Valley does.
Cowboy Jacks definitely could be like a tough name, though.
Yes, Cowboy
like
Jacks.
Like, oh, where are you going tonight? Cowboy Jacks.
Well, good job, Tough, getting the win. And now that minor jackpot has clicked over $200. Doesn't mean the ball count's going to click up just yet. It means we got to wait for the next game for it to click up. But it is good news because you guys still have the shot at 56 balls or less. And if we don't hit it, it's going to be clicking up to 60 balls or less.
That's right. Well, maybe Tough, with those winnings, you can order a nice plate of gunpowder and railroad spikes from Cowboy Jacks.
Yeah, seems easy enough.
That's right. But, of course, continuing in these awesome PGL standings, we got in 6th place, following Ted in 7th. 6th place is Reyes22 at American Legion Morristown with 1,088,000 points. In 5th place, we got Bryzo over at the Underground Bar and Grill with 1,103,000 points. In 4th place, it's Forget UD over at Eagles Austin with 1,230,000 points. In 3rd place, it's Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon with 1,487,000 points. In 2nd place, it's Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 1,731,000 points. And in 1st place, it's Bam Bam over at Stewartville Legion Post with 1,787,000 points. Nice job to all the top 10 players. You guys are all doing great stuff. But these location standings are going to be pretty crazy as well. Yeah. So definitely getting right into it.
Do I tell you what's funny? Tough is a lovely looking lady. We got a player pick from Tough from today. And so, yeah, good job, Tough, getting the win. And also a jackpot winner from today. Did they win during our jackpot hunter? Yes, it was Tough who took home the $691 jackpot in game number 10.
That's awesome. Nice job, Tough.
Yeah, that's super, super exciting stuff. Love it whenever we get those player picks. And so we'll definitely be showing you off in the broadcast really, really soon. So so make sure you come in tomorrow so we can show off that great player pick. But 100%. We are getting enrolled into this next game, and I got some location standings to get into. And these are the PGL standings. In 10th place, we got Beck's Pub and Becker with 3,297,000 points. With 3,387,000 points in 9th place, we got Neighbors Pub Dover. 8th place, getting bumped back from 7th, we got Tommy Star Tavern in Mankato with 3,522,000 points. In 7th place, moving up from getting bumped back actually from 6th, we got VFW Northfield with 3,620,000 points. With 3,657,000 points in 6th place, moving up from 8th, we got Leo Sports Bar in Mazeppa. 5th place is Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter with 3,886,000 points. Now we get into that 4 million point club. With 4,295,000 points in 4th place, we got American Legion Cleveland. 3rd place is Neeson's Gaylord with 4,572,000 points. And in 2nd place, it's Billy's Rockford. And now we're in the 5 million point club with 5,616,000 points. with 5,780,000 points. The #1 location, it's Third Rail Bar and Grill in Big Lake.
Awesome stuff. But of course, we have some Minnesota Wild news to get into following you successful locations and players in the PGL standings. But of course, the Wild have been just as successful as you guys recently. They're 51-21-7 on the season, and Dmitry Kulikov has been leading that charge, scoring with 1.3 seconds remaining in overtime to give the Minnesota Wild a 5-4 victory over the Nashville Predators on Sunday night. But that game-winning goal couldn't have happened without Joel Eriksson X, 2 power play goals and coming with an assist as well. Nick Bukestad and Kevin Fiala also scored, and Marc-Andre Fleury ended up making 21 saves for Minnesota. The Wild actually would have won 5 straight as they they have won 5 straight as they battle with the St. Louis Blues for second place in the Central Division and home ice for the team's first round playoff series.
Yeah, this is some really, really big time games that we're in. The fact that we are on this streak right now is super important because we want to get that home ice.
Yes.
We don't want to be going over to other places. We talk about it all the time. Being able to sleep in your own bed is a huge part of performing really well in athletics. And I think that being able to stay here, get the win nice and early, and I think it would be forcing the Blues to come to us or something like that.
Yeah, so yeah, we would they would have to come and play the series on our terms at first.
Yes.
And then I think and then we end up playing their
later. Obviously, because it's a series type situation where you go back and forth.
Yeah, if there's a game 7 though, it's like played at our place though,
which is really, really big time stuff. But we got some winners. It is a split between Yags and Missy. Yags at Moose Lodge Wait Park, and Missy is over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Bar and Grill. Good job to both those winners. And now that minor jackpot has clicked over $300. It's at 60 balls or less to win. But if we don't win it in this game right here, it's going to be clicking up from 60 to 64 balls or less.
Awesome stuff. But yeah, we were talking about the Minnesota Wild, and let's take a look if there's any breaking news with the Minnesota Wild, just to make sure we're not lacking. But yeah, not really looking like it. Dmitry Kulikov becoming the unlikely hero the other night with some injuries out. But Minnesota Wild captain, he was named a Masterton Trophy nominee.
Really?
Yeah, look up the Masterton Trophy and see what that's all about. Let's take a look. Somebody made a article. It just says expanded NHL playoffs won't help the Minnesota Wild and is also silly and bad. That's so funny. I love it though.
That's a funny article name.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy is awarded annually to the National Hockey League player who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to ice hockey. It's named after Bill Masterton, the only player in NHL history to die as a direct result of an injury suffered during a game. Wow, so passed away playing the game he loved, and now gets remembered year in and year out for a trophy that's given to some of those players that exemplified those exact qualities that he showed during his time in the league.
That's an amazing trophy. That is really, really cool.
Yeah, so that's awesome that one of our Wild players are up for that trophy.
Yeah, that is a super prestigious award to get. That's awesome.
Oh, Jared Spurgeon's up for it? That's really, really
one of our captains.
That's awesome stuff. Well, that's really cool stuff, and we need
awesome
to get a win tonight, though.
Oh,
this is the big stuff. Our Wild are taking on the Coyotes. See if you can find a spread on that game, and the game is coming to you guys live right at 7 p.m. So we'll be already in our MegaSota game night by that point, and we'll be playing a bunch of those PGL games. And while you're doing that, watch our Wild, or maybe even try out the great ETAB game. Let's go Wild. Play at wherever your favorite Minnesota bars are at, and see if you can score some big cash in the Slapshot bonus round.
Awesome stuff, but of course I pulled up the odds for that Coyote versus Wild game tonight. The odds for the Wild winning, -600. We're a pretty heavy favorite in this matchup.
Great.
The over-under is 6.5 goals.
And the puck line is 2. We are favored by 2.5 goals.
Awesome. Oh, where does that say that? Oh, I didn't even see that. Nice. Awesome. So, yeah, we are favored by 2.5 goals by winning by round 2 to 3 goals.
That's going to be a tough one for us. I mean, I think we can do it, but I know we're heavily favored by the Coyotes, but especially in the back half of the season, usually it's a lot tighter matchups, a lot more defensive based when you see those games.
Yeah, and honestly, especially with teams like this, like, I feel like this goes for a lot of different sports too, is just when you're on the back end of the season and you're a playoff team, you're not trying as hard.
Yeah, especially, I mean, we are trying really hard because we're trying to get that first round series.
Yeah.
But, like, then a weaker team comes to your ice, or you go to their ice, and it's just like, okay, like they don't have that mental effort to put in to that team right at that point because they're mentally effort on like trying to
like learn the team they're about to face in the first round.
Yeah,
you know
that kind of stuff.
And also, and on teams that aren't making the playoffs, they have dudes that are trying to get up their numbers for the the season
trying to get contract
trying
extensions,
to look good at the end of the season,
get their money, and
the recency bias kind of thing. Normally, when you end off a season really good, your numbers will look better coming out of that season.
Oh, for sure. And so I think it will be tough for us to get that 2.5. So I'm actually not going to be betting on our Minnesota Wild in this game, with my score prediction being a 3-1 victory for our Minnesota Wild.
Okay, I think it's going to be kind of like that with a little bit closer. I think it's going to be a 2-1.
Really?
Yeah. So I think we're going to get 2 goals in. But I think it's going to end up being 2-1, being a little bit more defensive.
Are we going to be like up 2-0 at one point, or is it going to be like a 1-1 and then we get that second goal?
I think it'll be like 1-1, and we have to get that second goal.
Okay, we got Funk over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, taking home that Musco prize of $90.60, missing by 2 balls, Funk. And now we are getting into this next game, which will be that minor jackpots clicking up from 60 balls or less to 64 balls or less. Definitely some good stuff there.
Awesome. But of course, we are getting into a game number 18 now.
And Curtis actually gave us a huge solid and uploaded good old Tough onto our look at there's Tough getting that great win. Glad we could show you off. Tough winning that $691. I could see you're on the phone with Jen already. Really good stuff.
Oh, 100%. I can always tell whenever a player has the phone up and they have a huge smile on their face, they're definitely talking to Jen.
Yeah. Or Brooklyn.
Or Brooklyn. That's right.
Yes, we got multiple. We got multiple people. When am I going to see some Jackpot Brooklyn names?
I know. I'm so used to Jackpot Jen, but now we do have Jackpot Brooklyn. That's right.
So maybe we'll start seeing some of those names as well.
Very true.
Love that we got to see that player pick. Yeah. Glad we got to see that player pick of you, Tough. Thank you for sending that in. And if any of you guys win a jackpot just like Tough, send that player pick in, because we love getting to show it off. $538 though available in this next game. I'm going to guess that with that Musco on top of it, it's going to be over $600 once again, and we'll see if you guys can get that win in just 1 minute. But we are going to get into our fishing report as we are checking with the Lake of the Woods Tourism by Outdoors Weekly on April 26th, which was today. And we're checking in with the south end of Lake of the Woods, and the majority of the lake is still ice covered with more and more open water each week. This week, sun, wind, rain, strong outflow from Rainy River and other rivers and streams, along with higher water levels, are all wreaking havoc with the lake ice. In addition, fishing the river, sturgeon anglers are fishing near the ice pack edge on the lake outside of Lighthouse Gap, where the Rainy River enters Lake of the Woods. Some of the bays are partially open for those who want to start targeting pike. Not many reports yet on things with things just starting to open up. As the water warms, the big fish will start sliding in even the partial ice areas. Pike season is open year-round, and walleye and sauger season is closed, but it opens up again on the Minnesota fishing opener May 14th.
Awesome stuff. So definitely look forward to that date, May 14th, coming up pretty soon in the next few weeks here. So definitely some cool stuff. Hopefully you guys have fun with the rest of the ice that you are, trying to catch. It's super funny that whatchamacallit, it's desperately clinging on to the ice fishing.
Yes.
You know, just the rest of the ice that's out there floating.
No, I was talking.
slush.
People were talking about going out in ATVs still and stuff, and I was very, very impressed. So
I'm pretty impressed by that.
We'll
too.
see.
Yeah.
We'll hear. I can't wait to see when the last report of people going out in the ice is going to be.
I wonder what the very last possible day is.
Yeah, and I wonder if ever fishing Outdoors Weekly is ever going to comment on it like these people are crazy.
I know. I wonder if the guy's ever just going to be like, I don't know why, but we are still getting people going out to ice fish.
They're committed. Hey, I can give that to
Oh,
them.
100%, yeah. But, wow. Yeah, we still got balls dropping on this game. We're getting pretty down to the wire, getting close to the mega and the major, but we got that minor jackpot all the way until 64 balls or less to win, so not too many worries regarding that, but not going to get the mega just this time, unfortunately. But we do have that must-go prize of $139.80. We got the minor jackpot of $553.64 balls or less. No major this time either, but that will be moving on to the next game at $1,983.48 balls or less. But as you guys are trying to get at this minor jackpot, just a reminder, if you happen to win this minor jackpot, take a picture, just like we were talking about. So definitely go ahead and do it. It's some awesome stuff, just like Tuff did as well. I mean, it was a perfect example of a picture. You know, you got the, even if you're on the phone with Jen or Brooklyn, you know, take that picture. They understand. Maybe, you know, FaceTime them. They can even get in on the picture too.
Oh yeah, but even if you're not winning a jackpot, you don't need to hold off on the player picks, because you could be just playing with your friends, your favorite bartender. Snap a photo of that and share those with us as well. But before we get into that, we have a split jackpot win between Big D over at Don's Corner Bar and Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. They're both splitting up a whopping total of $693 and something cents. Really, really impressive stuff.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you two in winning that jackpot. But we are going to take a quick break really quick going into this next game. We'll see you guys in just a second.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I got to say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Hey guys, and we are getting into this next game of Jackpot Hunter, and we just gave out a jackpot in game number 18. It was a split win to Funk and Big D, splitting up $693. Really good stuff there. But in game number 19, we actually had another split win between DLD at American Legion Ashby and Cambry over at LJ's in Miltona. They both split up $24.60. Not nearly as large of a split, but still some really good stuff. And so keep on getting rolled in this next game, because we want to give out another minor jackpot before we have to get off air and take a little break before I come back for some MegaSota game night action.
That's right, but we do have some awesome Vikings news to get into while you guys are getting at some of these prizes on this game. But of course, this is focusing a little bit more on not what we're doing right now with the Vikings.
Yeah, because we've been talking so much about what we think might happen in
Yes,
this draft.
Exactly. So let's focus a little bit more on some achievements we've already reached with some of our players here in the Vikings. And this, we are looking at some of the all-time first-rounders we have taken in the Vikings history. And this is about Alan Page and, of course, Randy Moss.
Yes, Alan Page, the first one. The focus on Page into the 1967 draft was not on him being a consensus All-American at Notre Dame. His prominence is helping the Irish win 2 national championships, or that he had long arms and unusually quick feet. The focus actually was on his size, because he was only around 6'4", 240 pounds playing the D tackle position. Yeah, that was on the small side, as NFL's best D tackle at the time was sitting at around 6'5", 270 pounds in Merrill Olsen.
Definitely some pretty crazy stuff, but Page, he proved size can be overrated for a D tackle. He later became a marathon runner even and dropped to 225.
Yeah, that is insane. I mean, really, really impressive stuff. I mean, very successful in everything he put his mind into. And, I mean, was a part of that Purple People Eaters squad,
That's right.
Meeting at the quarterback, getting after it, and he really brought a whole different idea of what you can get out of a D tackle, because he had those long arms, quick feet, able to use his size in such an effective way that his size didn't really matter, and it actually helped him with his speed on the other end.
Exactly. So, I mean, hey, super awesome stuff. Alan Page will go down in Vikings history, but we do have a winner. We got Trapper 1 over Herbie's Bar and Grill, taking away $25.20. Nice job, Trapper 1. But, of course, we got a whole nother Vikings legend to get into, and this one is Randy Moss.
Yeah, this guy has completely different reasons for wanting to do it. It had nothing to do with who he was as, like, a build or a player, because he was perfect when you're talking about build.
Yes, exactly. So definitely pretty funny stuff, but he played 2 seasons at Marshall and had an incredible workout, leaving no doubt about his abilities.
Yeah.
Based on talent and his position, he should have been the 3rd player chosen after Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. But NFL teams were a little worried that they couldn't trust him. Just as Denny Green, though, didn't need a receiver back in 2004 when he chose Larry Fitzgerald, he didn't need a receiver either in 1998. He already had one of the best duos in the NFL with Chris Carter and Jake Reed. Green believed they could make it work with Moss, though, who became the 2nd wide receiver taken after Kevin Dyson went 16th to the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, what a steal for our Vikings
Yes.
to be able to pick up Randy Moss, and obviously the rest is history. He just absolutely killed it in the purple and gold.
Who was taking over Justin Jefferson again? Jalen Reagor?
Yes, to the Eagles. That will always haunt the Eagles forever.
I'm sure the Titans picking Kevin Dyson, that might have been along the lines as well.
Yeah, it may be. It definitely may be. Really, really I mean, crazy history. And, I mean, it all benefited us, the fact that he was able to drop that far and then produce the way he did.
That's so funny. Well, actually, Kevin Dyson, he had 2 historic NFL plays. The Music City Miracle and The Tackle.
Oh, he was a part of the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is it?
Oh, did he get tackled?
I don't know. Here, let's take a look.
I gotta look up. You gotta look up the tackle, because I think it's a time where someone got tackled and it was like debating on
whether
whether
Rams and Titans Super Bowl.
Yeah, whether they made it into whether he made it into the end zone or not on the play.
And did he?
And he was the one that I think they called it. He didn't make it into the end zone.
Oh,
but
so it's an all-time like.
Oh yeah, because it's only 5 seconds left in the Super Bowl, and
I've seen this, the tackle where he outstretches his arm like while he's getting tackled, but he hasn't quite hit the ground yet.
Yes,
because they think he rolled off of the defender.
Yes, and it was crazy, and
that must be him right there, Kevin Dyson. Yeah, it was Kevin Dyson.
Oh, did they call it a Super Bowl? Oh, they said the Rams got the stop, and and the Rams won that Super Bowl that year.
Yep.
That's absolutely crazy. That was one of Kurt Warner's Super Bowls.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely some pretty cool stuff. That I knew about that outreach play. I didn't know it was like a famous play.
If they would have drafted Randy Moss, they would have won.
Very true. If they had Kevin Dyson, he would have mossed him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's some pretty funny stuff. And then the Music City Miracle. I kind of wonder what that is too.
I've heard of the Music City Miracle as well. I just am not sure on what all involved in the Music City Miracle. But while you're looking that up, I can talk about the ETAP game. Vikings victory is a great ETAP game themed over our Minnesota Vikings, and you can pick a letter in the skull bonus to see if you can win some great prizes.
So since they were in Tennessee, Memphis is the Music City.
Yes.
And there was a Music City Miracle in Tennessee because on the way to making the historic play the tackle,
yes,
this happened in the same playoff run.
Really?
Yeah, this happened against the Bills. And so this Music City Miracle happened against the Bills.
With
I think it was a
few seconds left in the fourth quarter. He
runs it in from a kickoff.
Oh, and they do the whole entire just like tossing it back to everybody.
Yeah.
And then they finally get it to him where he finds a slip and he takes off for a touchdown.
Yep. And I think that's Kevin Dyson. Yeah.
Wow.
That's Dyson.
That's really, really interesting
hilarious.
stuff. Well, I'm glad that we got the receiver we did in
Oh,
Randy
yeah.
Moss, as he just was electric. He's been my work profile picture for forever with his 3 touchdown, 3 catch game that he had in like the first quarter or something. It was absolutely insane.
That's really funny. My profile picture at work is a little business. No, actually, a little monkey that's on like in a little vacation suit with sunglasses on.
It looks great.
It's like business casual.
It really
does.
It does. But we are in this game of Jackpot Hunter. We got that minor over $100 in this one. So that means for game number 22, it's going to be clicking up from 52 to 56, giving it a better shot to be able to go out. Before we click off these games at just game number 23. So we only have 2 more games after this.
Very true, but we have none other than Thomas over at the BNL bar in New Ulm taking away $30.80. Nice job, Thomas.
Yeah, but we got some Jackpot Hunter standings to get into as you guys get enrolled into this game number 22. And in 10th place, we got Duh at VFW Coon Rapids. 9th place is Crazy Kid at the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45. 8th place is Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon. 6th place, we have a 2-way tie between Kimmy at Nisoa Legion and 2A-Girl over at Jibby G's Bar. 5th place is Brother Nat over at the Chart House. 4th place is Kev over at the Deer Stand. They were 8th through 4th. We're in the 50,000 point club. Now in the 75,000 point club. In 3rd place, we got Not Lucky at American Legion Fridley with 83,000 points. And then in the 100,000 point club, we got Bull over at Corner Bar and Goodhue in 2nd place with 112,000 points. And in 1st place, it's Bobo at Corner Bar and Goodhue with a whopping total of 140,000 points. Really good score for all those players.
Oh, 100%. But now for the location standings. In 10th place, it's Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl in Dayton. 9th place, we got American Legion Fridley. 8th place is Shady's Railside in Rice. 7th place is Billy's Rockford in Rockford. 6th place is Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. 5th place is Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop. 4th place is Concordia Lanes in New Ulm. 3rd place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 2nd place is VFW Spring Lake Park. And 1st place is Corner Bar in Goodhue. With a pretty commanding lead over everybody else.
Yeah, he's absolutely – I mean, Corner Bar and Goodhue is absolutely dominating it right now. And it doesn't look like they'll be caught up to. But, I mean, things could still be shaken up. They have already set a record. So I don't know if anybody could catch up. But we do have some celebrity birthdays to get into as you guys are getting enrolled into this game number 22. And born in 121, Antonius Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, was born on this day.
Yeah, that's some pretty awesome stuff. If you guys don't know who Marcus Aurelius is, he was the bad guy in Gladiator.
Yes, Marcus Aurelius.
Super funny. He was played by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, really interesting character in that one. Yeah, he was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. He was the last of the rulers known of the 5 good emperors and last emperor of the Pax Roman, an age of relative peace and stability for the Roman Empire, lasting from 27 BC E to 180 CE.
Yeah, definitely some pretty cool stuff. I know he was kind of like the last somewhat successful emperor before like the downfall of the Roman Empire.
Wow.
And then I think after him, Emperor Nero came in.
Oh,
And
okay.
I if I'm right, I could be totally wrong, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't fully remember the Roman Empire. I know a lot more about the Greek Empire
Yeah,
than I do
that
the
stuff was
Roman
super
Empire. But I really put this guy on here just purely because of his character, Gladiator, played by Joaquin Phoenix.
No, that is such a good movie, dude. Such a good movie. But of course, happy birthday to Marcus Aurelius. In 1822, we got Frederick Law Olmsted, an American writer and landscape architect. He designed Central Park.
That's really, really cool. I wonder if he's designed any other parks as well
true.
as, I mean, Central Park is iconic.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, let's take a look at what he's done. Yeah, American landscape architect. He was a landscape architect, journalist, social critic, public administrator. He's considered to be the father of landscape architecture.
Really?
He's famous for co-designing many well-known urban parks with his partner, Calvert Vaux.
Yeah, Biltmore, Arnold, Arboretum of Harvard University, the Belvedere Castle, as well as Mount Royal Park, Stonehurst, the Robert Treat Paine Estate, and even a lot more other things.
Yeah, definitely some really cool stuff. I mean, that's super awesome. And all of those places look very beautiful, too, I gotta say.
The Reed Castle.
The Reed Castle. Elizabeth Park looks pretty nice. I gotta hand it to that one.
Yeah, I mean, all of it looks really, really cool, and I would love to be able to see a lot more of his work, as, I mean, it is really impressive, the fact that he was able to do all of this.
Yeah, that's definitely super cool. So happy birthday to Frederick Law Olmsted. But up next, we got a boxer.
Yeah, in 1897, Eddie Egan, American boxer, Olympic gold lightweight, light heavyweight in 1920, and a bobsledder as well. But we'll talk more about the bobsledding career after we talk about this winner.
That's right. Nora over at Rowdy's Bar in St. Paul taking away $50.80. Nice job, Nora.
Now we're getting into our final game of Jackpot Hunter already, so get enrolled, press play. Yeah, he actually, Eddie Egan, won Olympic gold in the four-man bobsledding team in 1932. So not only was an Olympic gold light heavyweight boxer, but then about 12 years later became a Olympic gold bobsledder.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. I mean, the dude was just talented.
That's
to be honest,
but
that's crazy.
Bobsledding's the one thing that they just throw athletes into.
Yes.
Like they don't like, because no one practices bobsledding. You just get into it, and then
Herschel Walker, but he won in bobsledding.
Yeah, so you just got like those powerful legs, being able to drive. A lot of football players actually, like running backs, fit perfectly with being like bobsled teammates.
That was pretty crazy. I mean, boxing, that's pretty funny. I guess the dude must have just been an all-around athlete, to be honest. He must have just been a really good athlete, because that's pretty impressive. But happy birthday to Eddie Egan. But up next, born in 1900, getting to the 20th century now, we got Lewis Hack Wilson, an American Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder. He was so he played from 1923 to 1934. He had the MLB single-season record at 191 runs batted in. That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
That was in 1930. He played with the Chicago Cubs and 3 other teams.
Wow, I mean, a very, very impressive baseball player, Lewis Hack Wilson. Plus, whenever you get a cool name, I feel like that the only way that Hack is cool is in baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're named Hack,
he's like hacking the ball.
No, he is a big man too.
Wow, yeah, he is. He's only 5'6" though.
Yeah, 5'6", but had 244 home runs during. It's gotten to the Hall of Fame in 1979. Absolutely killed it.
The dude looks like Hank from Breaking Bad.
Hank from Breaking Bad.
You know Walter White's like brother-in-law in the series? Yeah.
Yes, he does look like Hank from Breaking Bad. He for sure does.
It's a compliment because I love Hank.
Yes.
Hank's awesome.
No, he looks like if Hank was like a baseball player.
Yes, exactly that. Hank has a TikTok account now. Yeah, and he makes TikToks with his kids and stuff. It's really funny.
That's super fun stuff. But Some more fun stuff. A person that will make you laugh, born in 1933, Carol Burnett, an American comedian. She was a part of the iconic Carol Burnett Show and was an actress in Annie, The Four Seasons, and Mad About You.
That's some pretty awesome stuff. Happy birthday to Carol Burnett. I mean, she's very iconic for her time as an actress.
Oh, for sure is. Definitely will be remembered. She was also a singer and writer. Best known for her groundbreaking comedy variety show, The Carol Burnett Show, which originally aired on CBS. It was one of the first of its kind to be hosted by a woman.
Oh, that's super awesome stuff. Yeah, really cool. I mean, Carol Burnett, she's just kind of a household name kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, you'll always remember her for her role in Annie, as well as all the other things that she was a part of. She was a voice in Toy Story 4.
She was even in Horton Hears a Who.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's super, super interesting. I want to know what Carol Burnett is doing on these, what she's voice acting.
In this, yeah, interesting. Oh, so she
plays
Chariot Burnett?
Cheryl Burnett.
Interesting.
Yeah, Cheryl Burnett is
She was
her
a chair?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, we gotta look this up now. Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl Burnett.
No way, she was a chair.
Was
she was just a chair?
Was she?
She was just a chair in the background.
That's hilarious.
She's just a toy chair who has green color with a rainbow of flower and a mushroom design. She's voiced by Carol Burnett, but I think she only had like one line.
But she played under Cheryl Burnett.
She was just Cheryl Burnett.
That is great. Well, happy birthday, Carol Burnett. That is some really, really funny stuff.
That must be one of her more like hard hitting roles. Has to be. That's awesome,
Yeah.
Cheryl Burnett. But of course, up next, 1963, we have Jet Li, who was born on this day, a Chinese Singaporean actor and martial artist known for being a Romeo Must Die and Unleashed.
Yeah, Jet Li, iconic.
100%.
Just being Jet Li. I mean, Jet Li is one of the coolest actors, I feel like, that you can watch on film as he plays. He does a really good job.
Oh, 100%. I didn't even know he was in the new Mulan movie. That's pretty cool. I didn't see it, though, so yeah.
One of my favorite ones of him, The One.
The One. That's
Have
right.
you watched it, The One?
No, I don't think I have.
It's super entertaining. We do have a winner in this final game of Jackpot Hunter. Pud over at Sheps on 6 and Brainerd, taking home $46.40. And that means that Jackpot is going to grow and roll over to actually MegaSota Game Night, where it's going to be clicking up from 56 to 60 balls or less for that one shot at it.
I was about to say, I was like, really good news for those of you sticking around, because that jackpot is clicking up to 60 balls or less. It's awesome. But he was also in the Expendables. Jet Li was.
Yes.
That was really funny.
But I was going to talk to you about The One. The One is where he exists, and then it's like a multiverse kind of thing, and like an evil version of him is jumping around, killing off all the different versions of him. And every time they kill off, the power of one of them gets dispersed between all of them. And so Jet Li, the character Jet Li's playing, which he's playing the villain, but the main character, the protagonist, he is also getting more powerful without killing off these guys. And so it's like some super powered humans going at it, and it's both Jet Li.
That's pretty sweet. I might have to take a look at that one.
I
definitely have heard of that, though.
It's really corny. But it's fun if you're just like looking for just like a silly action to watch.
Oh, I love silly action movies. Those are definitely some of my types of movies that I like. I know. I mean, The Expendables. I was literally just talking about that one. My grandpa and I watched that in theaters when it came out, and we loved it.
I mean, we were talking about how Gladiator was a great movie.
Oh, Gladiator is great. And honestly, oh man, yeah, no, the corniness is just right in that movie.
Just right. We do have one more celebrity birthday to get into, as it's born in 1980. Channing Tatum, American actor, used in 21 Jump Street, Magic Mike, as well as a bunch of other things.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday to Channing Tatum. He's a pretty funny dude, to be honest.
What's amazing about him is he gets in shape and out of shape really fast.
Yeah, no, that
like
is pretty.
It's funny because like people will be like, "Oh, Channing Tatum let himself go," and then you'll see in the next role that he's in, he's absolutely shredded once again.
Yeah.
And it's super impressive.
It's super impressive. But what's even more impressive to me is Christian Bale's transformations.
Oh, he's on another level. Like he's doing it for different roles. Like he's playing like completely drastically different roles from like how big he was in Batman, because I think he was like at like 200 pounds, like 190 pounds in Batman, and then he dropped all the way to like 100 and like 20 pounds for what was the one where he got super skinny?
The machinist. And
Yes.
yeah, I have a picture of it right here. It's like absolutely insane.
Yeah, he lost like 100 pounds for that role. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and it is crazy. It's, I mean, it's to the point where it's like I don't think that's healthy.
No, it's not healthy, but it makes him a lot of money.
Yeah, it makes him a ton of money.
Yeah, our Timberwolves are playing tonight, which is super exciting. They're taking on the
right.
Memphis Grizzlies at 6:30, so just 30 minutes from now. We're really, really excited about that. Friday came out today. Pain and Gain came out today, as well as Avengers Endgame. Some great movies released on today.
Awesome.
And we have a great player spotlight to get into.
Oh, that's right. It's coming from Mad Dog over at Lincoln Depot. They won a awesome jackpot of $27,266 over this past week. Nice job, Mad Dog. It was on that Twins Bingo jackpot.
Yes.
Sweet. But, of course, while he was playing and earning that jackpot, he was supporting St. Cloud Golden Gloves because he was playing at Lincoln
Yeah,
Depot.
a really, really cool charity that promotes and supports youth boxing by providing adequate funding, coaching, and any other educational and athletic benefits to youth boxing, coaching, and overall programs of boxing throughout the central Minnesota area.
No, that's some awesome stuff.
Perfect
but of course,
timing.
Ooh, yeah, we got a winner, Lori over at Wildwood Sports Bar. And for your lucky numbers, we got 5, 8, 63, and 73. Hopefully you guys have a nice rest of your night with MegaSota Game Night and Skull Bingo. Definitely a really awesome combo right there.
I'll be right back for that MegaSota Game Night. But while you guys are waiting for that, remember, when you guys play Pilot games, your community wins.
See you guys.
Hey guys, and probably our favorite part of doing the job that we do is giving out massive jackpots. And we
Absolutely.
give out so many massive jackpots every single week, and we give out a bunch during the weekend as well. So we'd like to highlight those weekend jackpots, which got us to a jackpot total so far this season of 359 jackpots.
That is super exciting. But starting Friday off, we had Meth24 over at the Wild Boar Bar and Grill, who took home $861.
Good job, Matt. We also had Iron Tail over at Jimmy G's Bar, taking home $1,308.
Nicely done. Then we had Sam and Diane over at McPete's Sports Bar and Grill, taking home $691.
We also have Helen B-Day. Happy birthday, Helen, over at Wild Bill Sports Saloon in Rochester, taking home $1,030.
Nicely done. Next up, finishing off Friday right, was Policy Man over at the Arlington Dugout, taking home a whopping $1,750. $14,039.
Yeah, the largest jackpot of the weekend.
Ooh.
But Saturday was really good as well, as Stingray over at Booney's Bar and Grill took home $605.
Oh, and it doesn't stop there. Willie over at Van Bullies took home $676.
We also had Spencer B over at Don's Corner Bar taking home $738.
Next up is a big-time long player. It's Fred Trisha over at VFW Spring Lake Park, getting to take home $738.
Another great player, Tamjer, over at American Legion Pine City, taking home $930.
Nicely done. Then finishing off Saturday, we had Bruce T over at VFW Blaine, taking home $792.
Well, let's get this Sunday started off right with another longtime player, Baba Booey, over at Granite City Food and Brewery Roseville, taking home $3,294.
Nicely done. Next up, we had Reno over at Grumpy's Bar Cold Spring, who got to take home $695.
Oh, yeah, and then the final jackpot of the entire weekend went out to Ask Me over at Bleachers, taking home $1,012.
Nicely done to all of our jackpot winners. Try your hand at all of the bingo we have to offer to take home some jackpots as well. And remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
Hey guys, and we love our lunchtime bingo, and Twins Bingo is a blast to play, but we still haven't given out a jackpot heading into this week of Season 11 in Twins Bingo. So we'll see if that jackpot can go out in this week. Should be some super exciting stuff, and should be giving out some crazy Twiking Zone points.
Absolutely, so make sure you guys are coming out at 12 to 1 to try your hand, but we want to talk about these standings. And so jumping right into the player side of things, in 9th place, we start off with a tie between Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's and Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon, both with 88,000. Right ahead of them, though, with 89,000 in 8th place, we got Doggo11 over at the Polar Lounge. With 93,000, it's Bryzo over at Atomic Star Tavern, sitting in 7th. And then in 6th place, it's GTZ over at the Midi with 111,000 points. But with 115,000 in 5th place, we got Yo-Yo over at Riverside Store and Tavern. 4th place is Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue, sitting with 124,000. In 3rd place, we got Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven, sitting with 132,000. But right ahead of him with 133,000, it's Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven, sitting in 2nd. And then our 1st place player is Scrub-Eye at American Legion Fridley, sitting with 166,000 points accumulated so far.
Well, good job to those players already getting into the 100,000 point club, but our entire top 10 is already in that 100,000 point club. As we get started off in 10th place, we got Titan Sports Saloon Oakdale with 120,000 points. With 136,000 points in 9th place, we got Main Street Pub in Kimball. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 147,000 points. With 186,000 points in 7th place, we got Steve-O's in Crystal. 6th place is our place on 3rd in Faribault with 211,000 points. With 257,000 points in 4th place, we got a tie between two top-tier locations, Eagles Rochester and Corner Bar in Goodhue.
Wowie.
But in 3rd place, we got American Legion Fridley with 282,000 points. With 358,000 points in 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar South Haven, and then that number 1 location, VFW Spring Lake Park, with 599,000 points. So close to getting to that 600,000 point club.
Absolutely, that is super exciting, and they're going to be making it there soon. So I hope to see you guys all out playing your little bit of Twins Bingo each day from 12 to 1.